Okay. Mm-hmm.
Hey everybody, it is Wednesday morning, August the 9th, and it is New Comic Day right here at Maddox Games and Comics. I'm Jason,
I'm Kristen.
and we're here to talk about really whatever you guys want to talk about for the next about half hour or so
Mm-hmm.
as we get ready to prepare for the opening of the new store.
Yay.
The first New Comic Day
Mm-hmm.
at the new location.
It's like a first birthday.
It is like a first birthday. 205 North Hill Street in London, Kentucky. Right there beside of Carousel Florist in downtown London. And the new comics are out. The new comics are ready. There are lots of titles to choose from. Also, we got some new stuff in the last couple of days. We got some new Funkos, right?
Yep. We got a lot of the new Justice League Funkos in. And along with some of the new Game of Thrones, Dark Tower, we started getting in the Inhumans featuring Lockjaw, the adorable little dog that can teleport. We get a lot of them now. And I'm excited.
Yeah, speaking of Lockjaw, the new Inhumans #1 came out.
Oh, the Once and Future King.
Yeah, which I feel like is connected to the TV show.
Yes.
The way they look inside is that, but there is a one of the variant covers is a photo cover of Lockjaw.
Mm-hmm. And I gotta say, the CG for him isn't so bad. I was a little worried how they were gonna animate a giant dog.
Yeah. Well, from what I hear, the Lockjaw is the least of their problems with that show.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jason and Jerry. I feel you, Jerry. That's how I feel right now.
See, this is why you have to have caffeine in the morning.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet.
You gotta have that pep.
Hmm.
Yeah, pep it up.
Yeah. Much like a first birthday, we worked quite a bit to get everything ready for New Comic Day today.
Mm-hmm.
There is some growing pains and transitions with getting a new store going, including getting the boxes for the order to the new store. So it was a little late.
We got them. We got them.
We did
That's
get
the
them.
important part. They didn't disappear. UPS didn't lose them or anything. We got them.
That's true.
I mean, that's just the important part.
That is true. So it's early. It's morning. I guess you guys may be on your commute to work. You guys might still be in bed if you're
Well, lucky you guys then.
regular human beings. I don't know. But what are you guys looking for today on New Comic Day? Is there anything in particular you're after? Anything in particular you're ready to go?
Wayne is interested in that Harley in the window.
What's that Harley in the window?
This one.
Oh, that. That is a new Harley Quinn variant for today. I don't know exactly. I just kind of stuck it there as a placeholder for this morning. I haven't priced it yet or anything. This is a Harley Quinn Rebirth issue #1 variant cover. It is a
Oh wow, Wayne just got off work. Oh, goodness.
his last name is March. He did the Talon series, but this is an issue #1 variant of Harley Quinn. I'm gonna have to look up its rarity and if there's anything special about it. I imagine there is.
Well, it's Harley Quinn, so what's special about it is it's Harley Quinn.
That's true. That is true.
That's all we know.
But that will be for sale at whatever price it may be today at noon on the new Comic Book Day sale. Also, for you guys who are on here right now, I'll show you a couple other little secret treats we're going to have up. This is a Spider-Gwen issue #9 variant edition for Come Exposure. It is a J. Scott Campbell Spider-Gwen variant. And we have the black and white Spider-Gwen variant J. Scott Campbell edition. Those are a couple more things that'll be going up today at noon. At noon. Along with brand new stuff for the week. I mean, those are new variants we could get, but lots of new stuff, including a few old things, such as Redneck 1 through 4.
Yep, got in all of the printing, all the second printings for them.
All the second printing, so we're going to have them. So if you've not picked up Redneck yet or you're missing an issue, today is the day to pick it up. Also, some new True Believers issues, which are the reprints. They do them kind of associated with the movies. Like around the time of Old Man Logan, there was some Wolverine. This last Spider-Man Homecoming, there's a number of Spider-Man. Now it is, of course, Thor and Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Thor versus Hulk. Jack Kirby 100th anniversary reprint, True Believers. We've got a few different kinds of Thor-related True Believers to go out today as well.
And one that stands out a little bit, the I Am Groot True Believer.
The I Am Groot True Believer, that's right. Which is funny because, I mean, his original appearance, he was just a monster. He's just a monster.
Honestly, he kind of looks like the tree monster from Lord of the Rings on the cover.
Yeah, he's just a big tree monster. And back whenever they were just naming him, any grunting noise that they could put into words, Groot was his.
Yep.
And then they end up using him later on. So it's interesting. I'm wondering too if in that story if they actually did the deal where he's like a prince of a world, or if they, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I may have to check that one out.
Let's see, best books coming out today. That's a tough one.
Best books. What do you think is your favorite one that's coming out?
My favorite ones?
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, the final issue of Images Low is coming out.
Yep.
Excited to see how that ended. The whole apocalypse under the sea kind of thing. Little Mermaid apocalypse.
True.
Rose is getting its monthly.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Just
sorry.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a problem or not, but
The monthly Rose from Image is also coming out today. Edge of Venomverse.
Edge of
Issue 4.
Venomverse. That'll be a big one. That's
one
gonna
of
be a
the
big
final
one.
issues for it.
I think it's gonna be a big one because of the cover.
Oh, I love it. It's Wolverine versus Devil Dinosaur, but
yes.
they're both venomized.
Yes. So basically, there's a venomized Wolverine battling a giant venomized T-Rex on the cover of that. Which and the thing is, the venomized T-Rex, a version of that was in Old Man Logan, and that was one of my favorite scenes from the Old Man Logan comic. Was the big Venom T-Rex?
And Scotty Young actually did the venomized cover for Old Man Logan, and that was that same exact picture, but cuter.
Yep, Mr. Miracle. Yep, Mr. Miracle #1 coming out. They're bringing back the New Gods of the New Gods special. I believe it was last week or the week before, and then Mr. Miracle hits this week. Starting to tie things in.
I love the covers,
which works out because, of course, the Justice League movie has Steppenwolf, the mother boxes, all that stuff is going to be in there.
You think Mr. Miracle will make a movie appearance?
I don't know. I think they'll allude to it, but I think that would be something they would save, maybe. I don't know. He may be too much.
I can't imagine the yellow face, like that mask thing.
Yeah.
Like, he looks cool and everything, but for a movie, I just imagine it kind of looking a little ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. He's also got the deal where he's an escape artist.
Yes.
So, I don't know. It'd be kind of cool if he was just, like, hidden away on Earth doing magic, like in Vegas,
That'd be kind of funny. Just watch that happen. You jinxed it.
Yeah, it's going to happen now. My big thought on the Justice League movie is, if the Green Lantern's going to show up and walk Green Lantern. I'm assuming Jon Stewart. But,
well, they are planning Jon Stewart. They've already said for sequels and also standalone.
Yeah,
it's going to feature Jon.
So my thought is that maybe he's the end credit. Maybe. I don't know. We shall see. Or maybe just Darkseid will be. It's tough to say.
Well, I'm just excited to see all the awesome fat scenes, because in the trailer when Aquaman's riding the alien dude down into the building and he just hops off like, hey, I went surfing on an alien like it was nothing.
Yeah. Speaking of, if you guys are after, if you guys collect action figures at all, the DC Multiverse Justice League figures are starting to hit stores now. Mostly like Toys R Us's, but they actually build Steppenwolf as the Build-A-Figure. Flash, though, is apparently the one that everybody's picking up, so it's tough to complete your Steppenwolf because
Flash
I guess.
Is awesome.
And I think each character is like 1 per case. Batman might be 2 per case. So, yeah, I think Flash is going to be the one to grab out of that.
Well, Flash is the best. So. No,
I could see Hal showing up, Russell. Maybe.
Well, you kind of have to think they at least set the groundwork for Justice League in this movie. They can add the other members for a sequel.
That's true.
They could add Martian Manhunter later, Green Lantern, Green Arrow could probably make a movie appearance.
Oh, yeah. Which the thing, too, is like for me and Russell, like we know Hal Jordan is Green Lantern. That's how it's always been. Hal Jordan's been Green Lantern. Jon Stewart was around, and so was Guy Gardner. But for people younger, I would say conceivably your generation. Jon Stewart's the guy because of the cartoon.
Yes, awesome cartoon.
And most people, that's all they knew was the animated series.
Yep.
And so Jon Stewart's been the Green Lantern for them the entire time. So when the movie came out, not only was it horrible, but they were just like, who's Hal Jordan?
Well, you got to remember Ryan Reynolds even made fun of that movie.
Yeah. Well, I think it had its redeeming qualities, but I think that the animated DC Green Lantern was a million
Yes.
times better. And what they should have just taken the animated one and just filmed it live action.
Yep.
Because it was like Training Day. It was the Emerald Dawn or whatever, but
Yep.
that's what it should have been.
Now, I do have to admit, in the original cartoon series, when they were doing that time travel thing and Jon Stewart turned into Hal Jordan for like 15 minutes of the episode, I really freaked out because I'm like, oh my God, who is that guy? And then I looked it up and I'm like, oh, that's Hal Jordan.
Oh, that's the Green Lantern.
Yeah, I didn't know there were other Earth Green Lanterns.
Yeah, I get it.
But then he changed back and it made me feel better.
There was something to do with that, with Hal and TV rights. I don't know what the deal is. There's a reason they couldn't use him.
Well, he showed up for 15 minutes, so hopefully there wasn't too much riots.
Speaking of Justice League, I talked about it last night on the feed a little bit. People have been recommended to me forever at all the stores I've worked at. Watch The Flash. You should watch The Flash. It's a good show. You should watch The Flash. I started watching The Flash the other night, just on a whim, in between watching Mankind getting thrown from the Hell in a Cell and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I watched a little Flash. I don't hate it. I actually like how comic booky it is. It works, I think, because it's a DC book. So it's a DC show, which the heroes all being, or the villains all showing up in that city and the things they're waking at work. I feel like that works better for DC than it does for Marvel.
Yeah.
I like it so far. I really like the effect.
Yeah.
The effect they do for Flash. I like that they do all these overhead pans of the city with a lot of him running, and I like just the overall way the camera works with him. I think it works really well.
Well, it gets a lot better.
I do hope so, because I'm like 5 episodes in, and while I do dig it, some of the acting and the characters I'm not big fans of.
Again, it gets better.
The guy who makes stuff for him, the quote unquote like nerd of the show who makes things. I don't like that guy. I feel like he's gonna be around the whole time too.
Well, you have to remember Ramon was Vibe.
Yeah.
In the Justice League.
Yeah.
And he does get that stuff later on in the show. I'll just tell you now. And again, it gets better.
The fact that he's Vibe doesn't help matters for me.
I hope you know that. I actually liked Vibe.
Not a big Vibe fan. Not a big Vibe fan.
He doesn't vibe for you?
He vibrates. That's his power. That's his power.
Well, I happen to like all the ones that suck, apparently. So he's right on that list with Dazzler that I like. So
I did like they showed the Gorilla Grodd cage in the like the first episode, like they showed it in Star Labs and stuff. So, and I know I've seen, of course, I mean I've existed online, so I've seen Grodd how he looks. I've seen like King Shark, and though they look awesome.
I was about to say King Shark showed up in last season, I think.
So I'm looking forward to seeing those.
Oh, Marvel Generations has been pretty good. So far, only the Hulk and Jean Grey's come out. Well, Jean Grey came out this week.
I've actually not read either of them. So you've checked them out, and what?
I personally really like them. I mean, I was really confused about how they were meeting each other. Like, I had no idea how that was happening. Hulk, it seemed like he got a little displaced in time, and that's how that happened. And Jean Grey, it's actually tying in with her main comic, it turns out. With her journey to stop the Phoenix Force, she actually got sent back in time to meet.
Gotcha.
Like,
so basically everyone is meeting everyone.
Yes.
But not as in they're bringing them back and they're meeting. It's these happenstance, transdimensional. Yeah. Okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah, like Jean Grey's, it's like a psychic journey kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And unfortunately, her adult self is like, wait, did something happen to me in the future? What aren't you telling me? But then the Watcher, Stan Lee Watcher steps in.
Gotcha.
Not really Stan Lee, but close enough.
Champion Flash season 2 is much better. Okay, well I'm looking forward to it. Season 1, I mean it's not that many episodes, so I'll get through it pretty quick. Plus they're only without commercials like 44 minutes on Netflix, so it takes no time to get through them. Plus I don't want to say it's a simple show, but it's not like a show that I have to watch every second of it to get the gist of what's going down. So I'm able to do other stuff while watching it, which means I'll get through them a lot quicker because I can just have it on while I'm doing things.
Well, wait till you see the musical episode with Supergirl.
Oh, musical episode.
Okay, have you seen the Brave and the Bold cartoon?
Yeah.
You remember Music Master Neil Patrick Harris?
Yes.
Well, he shows up in that episode, not as Neil Patrick Harris.
Gotcha.
And they do a whole musical episode, and it's actually quite good. Come on.
Well, we'll debate that when the time comes and I see it.
Musical.
I've actually had to see a couple of the High School Musicals because of my daughter. I'm not a fan. I just don't care.
Dang it.
I just don't care.
Well, Patrick, the Generations, it's technically a series and a one-shot. They're doing a one-shot for each it's a 10-week series. It's happening every week up to Legacy. And basically, Hulk was last week. This week is Jean Grey. Next week is either Miss Marvel or Wolverine. I can't remember which one's next week. But they're doing one for 10 different heroes every week up until Legacy.
So it's a mini series, but it's disconnected. You can get any issue and read it, and that be the only one you read, and it'd be fine.
Yeah, it's a series with each issue solely based on a certain hero and their counterpart.
And then Legacy hits, and things should get nice and good and panned out, and no events for a couple of years, and like we talked about that before. It's like I'm excited because there's gonna be no events.
Yeah.
Yet I am excited for the DC Metal event. So it's not necessarily how many events you have. Well, it's just have good ones. Just have good ones. And Marvel, man, they've just never stopped having them. And they've had good ones, but it's like, take a break. Take a break. And they're going to. I think it's going to work out for everybody.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because then any event will just be within, like the Spider-Man books might have a story, or like the X-Men books will have a story. But like,
well, Spider-Man and X-Men, they always have their own thing.
Yeah. So I mean, it's good to not have all that together. Speaking of everything leading up to Legacy, the new issue of Secret Empire comes out today, and after the events of the last one, which we won't talk about yet because I know a lot of people haven't read it. It seems like that was definitely like the climax point. So everything else is fallout, sort of. But I feel like there's still a big fight coming. So.
Well, when I saw the comics for this week, I noticed that Captain America's comic, it was no longer Steve Rogers or Sam Wilson. It was just Captain America.
Yeah.
It has both of them on the cover.
It's issue 25, and it's just Captain America now. Just Captain America. So it's technically the next issue of Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
And Steve Rogers' Cap might be the end of it.
Yeah, it's probably just combining just to be like the end of those two separate issues to bring together the new issue.
Which I think works out good.
Yeah.
I think it's really good.
Because I know there's been something about a Steve Rogers from the past or something. I've been a little lost with Secret Empire.
There's another... Like, I don't want to kill things for anybody who's not been reading, but my best explanation is there's a pocket dimension Steve Rogers that is probably going to work out the puzzle of Secret Empire, is my guess. He's going to be the big MacGuffin, is going to be this other dimensional Steve Rogers, is my guess.
The Marvel Universe has too many pockets.
Yes, it does.
It's like those cargo jeans with too many pockets.
Which is where Legacy is going to fix. It's going to fix all that. Supposedly,
it will fit in the left pocket by your knee. It will fit right there. It will fit right there.
Justin's excited for Legacy. That's good. Yeah, I saw something last night. I opened up a book last night. And inside they had the double-page spread. I guess it's gonna be on all the DC titles.
Yeah.
Of
all
the Dark Knights or whatever. Yeah. Holy cow!
I love it.
One of them looks like Judge.
Dredd?
No.
Judge Trudy.
He's one of the dark judges. But he was one. He's got the caged face. It looks a lot like him. Looks really awesome. I'm pretty sure the big one is either Doomsday or Solomon Grundy. Like, they're because Flash is obviously one. Green Lantern's obviously one.
Yeah.
But, oh, man. There's like a chick pirate one.
Yep.
She's got an eye patch. There's some cool Dark Knight and some metal, man.
Well, we got to remember there's going to be a one-shot for each of the League members. So I can't wait for Red Death. Yeah. Just because my Flash boy. Hope he's going to be okay.
It's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to it.
This is actually the first DC event I'll be taking part of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've always been a Marvel person. But this Dark Universe thing, it really intrigued me, so I'm diving in. I guess I'm kind of late to the DC plot party, though, a little bit.
Also, the new Zombies Assemble comes out. Zombies Assemble 2, Issue 1. As soon as they finish the first miniseries, put out another one.
Yep.
So that comes out. Also, the regular issue of Venom comes out as well, not just the Edge of the Venomverse. Lots of stuff. Some number ones. The number one from Image. Redlands. Yep. Which I think is a vampire book.
Yes. And oddly enough, it has similar artwork to Redneck. So I wonder if it has some of the same creative
And
team.
it definitely takes place in what looks like a small town. I don't know if it's in the South.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to read it yet, but I'm going to. All I saw was a quick-moving mist tear a guy's head clean off his body.
I saw fire.
And so I'm definitely looking forward to checking out Redlands. I've actually got a few for the sale, so you guys can be able to grab up that first issue. You're probably going to want to do that. If it's like any other Image awesome horror comic that's come out lately, it's going to get out of here quick. So I got as many as I could for the sale. A lot of good horror. Lots and lots. Any new $20.99?
Didn't see any this week.
Yeah. None so far. Now, Deadpool did the Deadpool $20.99 thing in his book a while back, and they continued it for a number of issues. They may be doing a miniseries for that.
Might be bringing it back for Legacy.
But nothing that I've seen. Yeah, it may be something that's in like the current previews that we've not ordered yet.
Yeah.
But so far, I've not ordered anything for the store in the last few months that's Deadpool 29 related, other than if there's a storyline in his regular series. Yeah, we're in the old location. We're in the big open building.
It's very echoey.
John's just showed up. He's got some boxes in hand. He's ready to pack up all the stuff that you guys bought yesterday. So you are going to want to call the store, 10 a.m., 606-877-1450 to pay for your items over the phone, or check your PayPal invoices. If you've not already sent us your PayPal address, do that so that way we can get you invoiced. Devil can get you invoiced, get you paid. That way, at noon, you will be eligible to buy things. However, at noon, when the new comic sale happens, if you've not paid for your stuff from yesterday or days before, we can't let you buy stuff. So you definitely want to get that stuff paid as quick as possible, because at noon, we are going to have some awesome new titles out.
Yep, I'll be ready by the phone with the register. Unless you pay through PayPal, then you don't have to talk to me. But if you just want to call and say hi, that's okay,
really, it's up to you. If you want to talk to Kristen, you can pay over the phone. If you want to just bypass her completely, which I'm not saying that's the recommended choice. I'm just saying that's an option you have.
Are you saying you bypass conversation with me?
You can pay through PayPal. I'm just saying that if I had to, I might pay through PayPal. I don't know.
You should have thought about that sentence a little better. You should have thought about that sentence just a little bit better.
Road trip. Oh.
Ooh.
And they're doing toy shows and Comic Cons. Oh, nice, man. You can be one of the booth guys. That's cool. I know a number of guys who have, that's what they do, man. They travel around con season and sell toys and stuff, and it works out pretty well for them. Got Hive Toys, HYVE Toys. You can look him up on Instagram. He's out of Cincinnati. He does sell some really cool stuff. He might be a guy if you need to ask any questions about what to do. He might be a guy to give you some answers.
I need to go to more conventions.
But yeah, we'd definitely like to see you, Chris, for sure. I need to go to more conventions too. I've been meaning to. The
only one I have ever gone to, and it's been every year, is either Scarefest in Lexington or the LexCon in Lexington.
Those are two good comic fests.
Oh yeah, I love them.
Comic Cons.
I love them, but I have never been to any others at all.
Gotcha. Well, next year, and this is a scoop for you guys. I might be helping run one in Hazard, Kentucky. Next September.
I know where that is.
It'll be a one-day convention. We're kind of setting it up now and getting sponsors lined up before we start getting the guest list ready.
What's it called?
I don't know yet. It's kind of a thing. I want to make sure we get good people before I worry about too much of the other stuff.
Okay.
But a couple of the guys who were putting it together came to me and asked about it, and I've been asked a few times to do this type of stuff, and I'm just like, nah, I don't have time. I still don't have time, but I'm just like, well, if I'm not going to do it now, I'm never going to do it. So I'm going to help them out, and so something, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It could be a thing.
Well, I also know that my mom already told me we're saving for San Diego next year.
Hey.
She loves all the stuff that came out this year, and she's like, we are going next year. So I got to.
It's probably already about time to buy your tickets.
So I got to save my money.
Yeah.
I got to save my money.
Yep.
It's going to be tough.
You get hotels early. Or if you guys are going, you might want to do the deal where you try to like get like an Airbnb and get somebody's house or something for the time being.
Well, actually, the good part is we actually have a lot of friends up in California, so we could always stay with them if need be.
Nice.
Because I think everybody there has a condo or beach house.
That works out then. Works out for you. Good.
Unless I'm just generalizing Carolina, and if that case, I'm sorry.
We've got a guy who buys on the feed. I think it's Jonathan, I believe, who lives in San Diego. So he's just.
So he can just like walk right across the street and be like, hey, Comic-Con.
Easy access to all that stuff.
It's like living next to a Pokestop in Pokemon Go. It's convenient.
The city's oh man. Hopefully they're compensating you for some of that. That's horrible. Hey Nayad, how's it going, man?
Good morning.
It is morning. It's almost 10.
Yes.
It's almost time for New Comic Day. Madhouse Games of Comics. if you are remotely local or if you got time to drive down, I mean, if you're
Mhm.
about an hour or 2 hours away, just take the drive. It's well worth it. And
Mhm.
come check out the new location.
Yep.
Excuse me. It is fantastic. It is fantastic.
Are you burping?
A little. I got indigestion. I ate
okay.
a McGriddle this morning on the way down,
Oh.
and
I don't eat breakfast.
well, I gotta do what I can do.
No, it's fine. I don't eat breakfast.
And I don't normally either, but I hadn't eaten since before the sale yesterday, and worked pretty late, and then got up early this morning. So I was like, I have to have something to eat. So
I worked pretty late too, so that's okay. That's okay. At least I'm a night person.
Well, I would take him to court, Chris. I would call his bluff.
Definitely.
I would call his bluff.
He probably thinking you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Do it.
Or burn the place down. It's gonna be condemned anyway, right? Burn it down. I mean, I didn't say burn it down. And that was a metaphor, Chris. I didn't say burn it down.
It's on video.
This is
I
never on video said to burn down your store. That was just a metaphor for like give it your best. That's what I meant.
It's on video.
That's
There's
what I meant.
proof.
Was give it your best.
There's proof. Metaphorical.
Yep, lots of new comics today. Lots of new comics. At noon, we'll be live. We'll have some variants. We'll have some stuff. I got to price out the variants. What I'm gonna probably do after as soon as this feed is over. I'm gonna sit down and price out some variants, get them ready to go, and then we'll have all the different titles, including Redneck 1 through 4, Justice League Power Rangers issue number 5.
Let's see, some Gwynpool got reordered.
Some Gwenpool. I don't know, there's a number of things. We're going to have, plus the True Believers issues, which are cool. So there's that.
Human
Human Torch. There you go. Whatever you need to do. Blame it on the old Human Torch, the Android. People don't even know what you're talking about. That'd be great. Oh, man. Yeah, so we're going to be doing the new comic sale at noon. We'll also be doing the regular comic sale from 3 to 11 again tonight, and with all kinds of comics from all eras. And the last couple of days have been pretty great. I was able to hit the vault a little bit yesterday and had some cool stuff out here. I've still got some of that stuff here. If I have time, I'll get some more stuff, but I doubt I'm going to today. Because the new comic sale, I'm pretty much probably going to be over in this building, I would imagine, most of the time.
And, of course, I can always look. I mean, if it's not too much trouble. I mean, looking through long boxes of comics,
I know, it's such a chore, right?
I know.
It's such a chore looking through these boxes.
I know.
Filled with comics that you don't know what you're going to find. Oh, it's such a...
I know.
It's such work. It's such work. It's the worst.
But
it's the worst.
It's a job.
It's a job. You got to do it. It's just going in the salt mines, looking through awesome old comics.
Rub some dirt in it.
Yep. Looking for Walking Dead #1s and stuff like that. I mean...
Preacher 1, Hulk 1A1, all those.
It's so much work. It's so much work. I found a Teen Titans box that I'm almost certain we're going to see first Deathstroke and Jericho and all that in, and I did not have time to look through it. It was a basement box. It was a basement box. So I don't
also, it was in the creepy basement.
Yeah, so I don't know when I'll get a chance to flip through it, but that's the first one I pulled the top off of. I was like, oh, what are these? And I was like, oh, man, it was just full of Teen Titans. So there's lots of stuff around.
Still not liking that one that tricked me, though.
Oh, yeah.
It said Uncanny X-Men, and I'm like, yay! Open it up. Nothing but Superman.
Well, Jason Black would have liked that because he likes Superman.
Good for you, Jason, not for me. I'm looking for my X-Men. I need my X-Men fix.
Just give it your maximum effort.
Yes.
That's right. Barry used his maximum effort last night to claim a Deadpool for $20. Yeah, I feel like there's quite a few boxes too of variants, just boxes of variants. I just haven't found them yet. But I know that from previous experience, there are some boxes that are just full of dynamic forces and regular variant stuff from the last few years, and we'll stumble across them at some point. So once this sale gets moved over to the new store, it'll be a lot quicker on that. But today, hey, we got new comics. I've already brought them here. They're here at the old location. They're going to be here for you for sale. It's going to be awesome. You guys are going to have a good time. Kristen's going to have a good time working at the shop today. She's going to be talking to all the people who come in for New Comic Day. She's talking to you guys who call on the phone to pay for your stuff. Probably you or Rob, I imagine. Maybe Rob will be there too.
Rob and Royce will be joining us as well.
Rob and Royce.
Well,
Rob Royce. It's going to be a thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
McKaylee and Tosh have become a thing. Macintosh.
Really?
Macintosh
I love it.
is the deal. Yeah.
I love it.
So feel free to use it. Spread it out.
Wait,
yeah.
would our names combine then?
I don't know.
I don't think my name is one that goes well with others.
No, I guess it'd just be like Batman. I guess would be the combination name.
How'd you get Batman?
How wouldn't you get Batman? Batman's the best.
Okay, we'll go. We're Batman.
We're Batman.
We're Batman.
We're all Batman. Really, deep down.
Where's the compass?
We're all millionaire ninjas.
Yep.
It's the thing.
I collect, besides comics, I collect lots of random figurines. Before I actually got into comics, I still am. I'm a huge anime nerd.
Yeah.
I probably have about 100 different manga titles at my house right now.
And the Pokemon.
Yes.
Big into the Pokemon.
Yes. I own every Pokemon game since Yellow.
Yeah, I do both. Like I say, with me, comics aren't. I have a lot of comics, but I also don't have as much comics as you think I'd have, because I read them and I love them, and then I spread the wealth to other buddies or drop them off at the library for kids or whatever I do. They got a teen room. I give them some comics. I do whatever. I keep a lot, and there are some long boxes I keep of titles I really love, like The Goon and Ninja Turtle, stuff like that.
Invincible.
But a lot of it is just I love these stories, and I read as much of it as I can. And then after I read it, I just want to read more. I don't necessarily collect on that. But as far as action figures go, I have quite a bit.
Yep.
But even that isn't like a normal collection most people would have, where they've got it all super displayed or they have them all mint on card. Most of mine are open because I like taking toy photos, and from my time where I used to review toys, so like I still kind of do that. So I've got a lot of these like Rubbermaid like pull-out drawer things full of like, this will be all SH Figure Arts, this is all NECA, this is all other stuff.
That's what I have for my comics.
Yeah, that's what you have for your comics. But lately, my collecting bug for action figures, for the last couple of years, has been gravitating towards Hot Toys, which is expensive.
Yep.
I got a new Shore Trooper from Rogue One a few weeks ago.
That movie.
But like, I spent the money on that, and it's like, well, that's my expensive figure for the few weeks. And I still pick up some random WWE figures and some of the DC Multiverse, some Marvel Legends. Just if something's a cool figure, like I found Moon Knight the other day. I got Moon Knight. I found the Jim Gordon Batman. I grabbed him.
That Daredevil you got a while back.
Yeah, that Daredevil. Now those Mezco, yeah, I will get those. Those are pretty cool. I got that big 18-inch Raphael.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
Didn't you buckle it up in the passenger seat of your car?
I was going to, but then I ended up getting it late, and I didn't. I just took it home and opened it, and he's awesome.
That's okay.
He's so awesome. And like the last figure I bought was Mankind. They re-released the Mankind figure for SummerSlam this year. It's the Mankind from like when the era when he was champion and he fell for Hell in a Cell and all that. So he comes with a belt. He has the Mr. Sacco cloth on his hand. I sold mine a while back because it was so expensive. The Mankind figure was going for a ton of money, so I sold it on eBay because I don't care that much. And then I was able to get him back for $20. So it's like, why not have it? And I remember just how great of a figure it was. So right now he's sitting on the coffee table hanging out, which is usually how it works. Usually I have a figure or two laying around, and then as I get something else, they rotate out. So I always have something to kind of pick up and mess with as I'm watching TV or doing whatever.
Yeah, I keep my figures nice and tatty. Though my dad does have a whole shelf of nothing but Pacific Rim, Jaegers, and dinosaurs.
Oh, nice.
And that's just
does he have any of the big NECA Jaegers?
There's one. There's one. The other ones are small. We're running out of. It's called his menagerie.
Gotcha. Well,
he just likes dinosaurs.
For his information,
yes.
SH Figure Arts is starting to put out a line of the Jaegers from Pacific Rim.
Ooh.
Yep.
Well, I know that they're working on the sequel. I haven't seen anything for any of the merchandise yet. Well, with Pokemon Go, I've already missed Articuno and Moltres, and Moltres is the one I really wanted. I'm a fire type girl, so I don't think I can get Zapdos. It's discouraged me. Now I hold like 3 gyms at a time, but I just can't seem to get any of those dang legendary birds.
Man, Josiah, I didn't get an Isaac Yankum. He was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Back in the day, guys have multiple characters. Well, Kane, who's been Kane forever, the Undertaker's brother, he was a dentist for a little while. And they had him make his teeth look real bad, and he was like, "I'm Isaac Yankum. I'm a dentist," and it was horrible. Well, and then they just kind of swept under the rug. He came back as Kane. Has been awesome for decades. Well, they did the Isaac Yankum figure for Comic-Con, and just like last year, they did the Shockmaster. And
oh my god, I just got the pun in the name.
yeah, Isaac Yankum. Yep. And I didn't get one. I didn't get one yet.
Oh.
I would like one, but I haven't snagged one.
Wait till Christmas.
I feel like unlike Shockmaster though, the Isaac Yankum will be a little easier to get a hold of online for a little more affordable price.
We'll just wait
What's
till Christmas.
up, Drew? Oh yeah, fake Diesel. He was fake Diesel, which was still better than fake Razor Ramon. That was the worst.
That kind of reminds me of Robot Chicken when they make fun of He-Man. They added a new character, Molar, the dentist.
No, I do have that figure. I have the Molar figure.
Oh, wait, he's real?
Well, they put him out as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from Master Universe Classics a couple years into the line. And the display box was him with Skeletor. And the Skeletor has two heads, and one of the heads has one of his teeth missing. And then Molar's got his stuff, and it's it's Molar. And he's got the face. He looks just like the
You need to send me a picture. I just want to know it's real. I didn't think he'd be real. That's great.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. I wish they would do some of the Thundercats, like the Lino with the wife beater on. But yeah, they never did.
Well, any Thundercats.
And any Thundercats, really. Yeah, it's supposed to be relaunching a new cartoon or something this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm assuming it's going to be more like the classic one, since they went all out with that last one. It was really cool.
I loved it.
But I guess just overall people didn't just connect with it. So hopefully they'll go back to the classic look, and maybe that'll rebuild it back up.
I think the problem was when he started going like all Power Ranger transformation with the lion suit.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where it lost people.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of sped up. Hey, okay, we're ending this.
Plus the toys sucked.
Oh.
And that hurts too. Bandai makes crappy toys for America. They do awesome toys in Japan.
Japan gets all the cool stuff.
Yeah, but like in America, man, they just That's good. Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Well, good. The new issue 25, is out today. We have it at the new store. This one that you can't see because I'm not pointing to it because my arm's gone. This one, that one. Hey, look at having my hands. It's like Miss Fantastic.
It eats your hands.
That issue #1 exclusive will only be available today around noon on the new comic sale. So you can buy that online here if you'd like.
No, Justin. Weapon X didn't come out this week. The only X-Men titles that came out this week were the Jean Grey and Old Man Logan.
Yeah. Old Man Logan came out, Jean Grey, but that is it for this week. So Weapon X will probably be, well,
I think Weapon X only comes out every 3 weeks, and it came out last week.
Yeah. It came out last week, so it'll be close to a month. It seems like too Marvel does the deal whenever they first put out a book, they put it out really quick for the first few issues, then they slow it down.
Yeah. They get a good pace for the publication.
I feel like DC should have done that on a lot of their titles. At this point, they should pretty much all be monthly, but they're still going.
Well, I'm surprised at how fast they can all keep up. And I mean, I know that they draw and submit issues way beforehand. Like the redneck dude, the redneck artist, he says in like issue 2, I just put in issue 13. And I'm like, oh, so he's 13's already.
Which is awesome because that means they'll actually come out regularly.
Yes.
Unlike Southern Bastards, which I love, which comes out like once a year now.
Isn't that the same with Reborn?
Reborn's over.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it was only 6. It was a Mark Miller deal. So it was like Kick-Ass and Secret Service, all that. It was just a 6er. They'll probably do a second series of it. But it was just a 6. Speaking of, that's the big news. I don't know if you guys have heard about that. Netflix acquired Miller World. That's Mark Miller's publishing company, which now has the umbrella of like Jupiter's Legacy, Secret Service, The Kingsman. A lot of you know it by that.
I can't wait for that.
Reborn. I don't know if Kick-Ass has transferred back to Miller World or not. But if it did, then that would mean Kick-Ass. That would mean Nemesis. Superior, the one about the kid who becomes superhero, kind of like Big, except he's Superman, and it turns out that his soul's gone to hell. It's a thing.
Oh.
But yeah, like it can be really good for Netflix. Especially, I mean, after seeing their stuff they do with Marvel, like, and the fact that Miller World stuff is kind of hard R-rated anyway. Netflix, it's going to be some pretty hardcore stuff.
Yep.
It'll be more like the Castlevania. I feel like than the Marvel.
Wait, there was a Castlevania thing too?
Oh, have you not seen Castlevania yet?
No.
It's out. Castlevania exists. For those of you who might not
Oh my
watch it,
God.
on Netflix, the manga, the anime,
Yeah.
Castlevania is out.
Yes, I've
It
seen
is
that.
is rated hard R. You've watched that?
Yes.
Okay, well that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Netflix
thought-
Netflix owns that.
Okay. Oh my God. I
And-
thought you were like live action Castlevania.
Oh.
Like,
No, that's what I thought it was going to be originally when they
Yeah.
announced it, but it wasn't.
well, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they're doing JoJo Bizarre Adventure live action.
That's true.
They're doing.
Well,
all
the
kinds of the Death
Death
Note.
Note comes out pretty soon.
Yep, and they actually previewed that at Comic-Con, and people are loving it.
Yeah.
So I might watch it.
Yeah. It's like Willem Dafoe, right? His
Yep.
face captured and everything, so it's cool. Generation Phoenix and Jean Grey.
Oh yeah, Deadpool versus Old Man Logan's gonna be up next after it kills the Marvel Universe.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Issue 1 was featured in the newest Marvel preview.
So he kills the entire Marvel Universe, and then he's like, well,
Old-
time to fight this old man.
Yeah, going after. Are you surprised? Are you surprised that Deadpool will go after an old man?
No, I'm just surprised that it takes an entire miniseries when he takes on the
Mm.
entire Marvel Universe.
Well, this might be his with the whole event thing that
Yeah.
they're stopping with. This might be the last event for him, because I know that a lot of legacy stuff they're doing, like Thor issue 700, Death of the Mighty Thor. They're saying like Jane Foster's cancer's getting to her, so that's probably how they're going to bring back regular Thor.
Gotcha, because supposedly the deal is if she turns back at this point, she's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
done
the
for.
hammer's keeping her alive.
Yeah.
Iron Fist and Sabretooth are matching up again in like issue 400. They're going back to all the original numbering for the legacy.
Yeah.
So it might just be under that.
Illustrated too. Yeah, they've they've done a lot of that stuff.
May I ask what that is? Illustrated.
Deadpool Illustrated is when he took on all of the
Mm-hmm.
fictional novel characters like Moby Dick and Tom Sawyer and all that, and they're doing it again.
What do you do with Tom Sawyer? Like, oh, here, let me pet your fence in your face.
Well, on the cover, it's Tom Sawyer's fishing him out of a pond,
Mhm.
and Deadpool has a bazooka in his face.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty funny.
Basically, it's very much a thing where Deadpool wants to die,
Mm-hmm.
and he realizes he's a comic book character.
Yes.
So he goes through killing all these characters from novels.
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes through killing all the versions of himself in order to try to get to our world to
So
kill
Dogville
comic
Deadpool
creators,
Okay.
so then he can die.
Oh, like
It's-
how Gertrude did in the I Hate Image.
It's a very meta
Mm.
thing they've been doing with Deadpool.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, we ain't never gonna let him go, so he kills Moby Dick and Tom Sawyer for nothing. Mm-hmm.
All right, what time we got? think
I have
it's
no
about
idea.
time. Yeah, it's like 10:15. We went overtime, just rambling about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Hey, none of this is nothing. It's always something.
That's true. It is always something.
Nothing is nothing unless you say it's nothing.
That's true. Right here
I guess
on
you
our
could say.
Facebook page. If you're watching on the Facebook page, if you're not, go to Maddox Games and Comics on Facebook. Leave us a 5-star review. Those are the kind we like.
Mhm.
Also on YouTube, Maddox Games and Comics as well, which this has been streaming on. So who
Yep.
knows how many horrible comments we've received
Oh my god.
during this feed. Also on Instagram, Maddox Games and Comics. Whenever you get hauls from us in the mail, take
Mhm.
pictures, tag us on Instagram. We love to see it on there.
Yep.
And on Twitter, we're at Maddox Comics. You can keep up with
Mhm.
everything else on there. I'll be back here at noon for the new comic sale.
I'll be at the other store.
And she'll be at the other store. So if you called to pay for your stuff, which you need to do before noon,
Yep.
you probably be talking to her, getting your stuff taken care of. Or if you stop in the store, you
Mhm.
probably get to see Kristen. She can
I'll
talk
be
to you about some
cheering
of the new
you on from
issues.
there, though.
There you go. She can
The-
lead you to the
The
titles.
vibes.
She can show you around the store because everything's laid out a little bit different.
Mhm.
It's pretty awesome. I got to say, we were in there. I was in there yesterday, and then I went in last night, and there was even more stuff put
Yep.
away and ready to go. So, and a lot of store stuff been rearranged. So it's looking fantastic.
Our guys worked pretty hard yesterday getting all that together.
They have been. I got to hand it to them. They've been keeping their nose to the grindstone, emptying boxes, putting
Yep.
stuff out, getting it sold. So
My
going
mom
good.
will have to make more brownies.
more brownies.
And you'll have to get
Good
some.
because I've not had any of the first brownies,
Okay, well, here's
Kristen.
the
I don't
thing.
get brownies.
Well, here's the thing. Kim and Andrew and them, they ate the majority. And then Andrew's dog ate one.
You can put the blame where you need
So,
to.
Yeah, I
You
am.
know I was over here slaving away,
I know.
getting no brownies.
I'm
Selling
sorry.
comics online, getting no brownies. That's it. This
It's
feed's
okay.
done. This feed's done.